Good morning, everybody. Oh wow, I am redlining hard. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to today's Daily Peek, where I have already taken my meds. I'm so sorry, you guys. I've betrayed you. I woke up a little late and did not get the chance to do this before work, so I'm doing it after. I hope no one is scandalized by the fact that I have already taken my meds. Real quick, if you guys are yet to take your meds, I would recommend you do so now. I do still have lunch and an energy drink still, because I'm a mess. My lunch is 4 pieces of toast with cottage cheese and several slices of ham. I don't know why I'm craving meat so much. I'm just here. Hey, it's Pirate. Howdy. Sorry, I just saw your message. I was answering my Discord notifications because I do not respect you. You being collective here, like chat in general. Pirate, I actually respect you specifically very much. But yeah, someone asked me about stuff like... There we go. Shush. Shush. I would like to share the updates on my tabletop stuff, okay? Because I've gotten all of the materials for sculpting the tabletop pieces. Right? I just need to actually do it. But yeah, there is an event happening. Let's see. Not that one. That one. There is a guild summit today at 2:30 local. Shush. Shush. Pirate. Go in the hole. Go in the pit. Go in the lava pit. Hey, Ami. I can't believe Ami saw me get called a nerd and just immediately was like, yeah, I'm down for that. No, like, defending my honor. Yeah, I can teach you some of the basics, mostly because I only know the basics, and there are probably more complicated rules that I am missing. But thankfully, the tabletop mod allows you to choose multiple sizes of Go board, so you can use a really small Gobon. Fuck you guys! God damn! You don't need to do that to me. Being quiet is free. God. Damn you guys. You don't need to. This is almost as bad as that one time when I said I was the funniest person alive and Corvia said, how tragic. Because Corvia is also very good at the straight-facing roasts at me. Oh my fucking god. Wow, I hate you people. Why do I even live stream? Heart spam. But yeah, my plans for today are attend Guild Summit, finish sculpting those chess pieces, and probably get started on my taxes. Because I haven't done that yet. It's taxes are due in 3 days. In case anyone was curious how that was going. I gotta have those in soonish. I hope the IRS's free tax service is still online. So I can, like, submit everything properly. Okay, you guys hush. You guys hush. But yeah. So, Guild Summit, chess pieces, Ami, you aren't even... Don't pull a make me. You don't even enjoy that kind of treatment. God damn. But yeah. Guild Summit, chess pieces, taxes. I would like to sculpt some chess pieces in the public square, mostly so I could talk to people. Uh-huh. Hate your guts on me, heart spam. I feel like when the dark variant of the shore has more urchins. Is that just me? Or is that an everyone thing? Like, does everyone... Like, am I just noticing the urchins that are here more? Dark variant does have more urchins. I see. I hate this. But yeah, I have been working on the prospectors. Fuck you. I have been working on the prospector's chess set that I am hopefully going to duplicate a bunch of times. So far, I have needed like 12 bars of brass for all of the white pieces. Not like total, each. Each. Because you need to make a full block, and that needs 6 plates, and each plate is 2 bars. And you know, there's 6 major pieces in chess, so... In case anyone is curious, the pawns are candles, the bishop is a lamplighter, the rook is a light keeper, the knight is an elk, the queen is a foreman, and the king is the prospector general. I feel like that lines up roughly to some of the roles. Mostly, the foreman being actually much more important, like, tactically than the prospector general. Because it is just flat out true. If Corvia was eliminated from the game, we would be a lot more fucked than if I was. They have to fit within 1 block of space. But you can chisel your custom chess pieces and then apply them. And as long as it is just 1 block, you know, it fits. That's fair. You should do that. Heart spam. Also, I have been doing some fun planning for my Bloodlords game. I have been working on that for a little minute. Basically, during the downtime of the live stream, the live stream for the church that I do is work. In the little bits of downtime that I had, I was writing out secondary objectives for some of my players. Well, not just the players, for a few characters. That was my specific wording, and it does matter. Because of course it does. Heart spam. Yeah, I mostly gave some of the characters who haven't had as much time to shine the special secondary objectives. Just to, like, you know, give them some extra stuff to do outside of, like, combat. Well, they're actually mostly used in combat, so never mind, but, you know. Yeah. If you are one of my secondary objective players, fucking mute my shit. Don't spoilers. I have 1 player. They've each been chosen by, like, different dungeon masters. Who have conflicting interests in the situation that they are in at the moment. And notably, one is trying to put the souls of the Stone Maidens of the Field of Maidens to rest, as many of them as possible. And the other would like to study the enchantment that created them, because it is a spell that was only used once for this purpose. and he would like to change that and figure out how the Stone Maidens were then created, because they were not an intentional part of that spell. For context, the Field of Maidens is at the southern border of Geb, the land of the undead in Galorian. And notably, back when a army from another country was attempting to invade, because, you know, evil undead or whatever. Because of course all of the undead are evil, objectively and ontologically. That is of course very true. No nuance. I'm jesting. There is quite a bit of nuance. Fucking ontologically evil, chosen by birth to be bad. Capital B. Hey, how you doing, Max? But yeah, when that army like approached the southern border of Geb, the king of Geb, just kind of marched out there and turned the entire army into stone with like a single action. Was the legendary powers of Geb. No, you cannot. I will make an announcement if I am playing with viewers, and I have not made an announcement today. But yes, King Geb of Geb petrified a ton of people, and that was supposed to be the end of the spell. Just petrify this oncoming army. But the souls of several of the Stone Maidens stuck around, effectively creating little haunts all over the place. So when disturbed, the Stone Maidens will attempt to re-enter those last moments, mostly of frightened combat. So that is the situation they're in. And notably, that spell was not supposed to do that. The Stone Maidens, like, being a entity that exists, like, that can act independently, is kind of a side effect, and not even an intended one. And, like, Geb has exploited them as a natural defense, but no one actually knows why it did that. I gave the explanation of, oh, it created a bunch of little haunts, because that's my best guess. But yes, we have given different players in that campaign opposing objectives, we'll say. And there are like 3 characters total who have been given these like secondary objectives. Sorry, if you notice me suddenly get cagey about the thing I was talking about. Ray is part of that campaign. But yeah. Suffice to say, several of the dungeon masters that have taken interest in this, like, grand ritual type spell that was done and had all of these unintended consequences. So they have been granted the heroes who are already going that way, you know? Some secondary objectives with the promise of high rewards. Ooh, coming up with a corrupted version of Winter's magical girl look. I love that. Trying to make her more princessy in the corrupted form. That makes sense. Because it would be moving more towards, especially what this society considers as, you know, the, like, negative, like, attributes. Not to mention that, the, like, whole princess, like, aesthetic, is, in some part, representative of everything. Oh, hell yeah. Representative of everything that Winter would not like to be. It's a good pick. I love it. I believe in you. Yeah, that's like the running joke. And it's like, you go to school in an old fort. Like, full-on castle. Hell yeah! I am glad I inspire you to action. Yeah, you should show Pyrite that. And also talk about your character to Pyrite. And also talk about how good of a GM I am. And say that Pyrite should join all of my other games. Heart spam. I'm going to say inspire to action. Because even if you don't think it is an exceptionally impressive thing to do, it is. Also, I'm working on a theory that I might be the distant relative of a muse, so... You know, depending on if that pans out, it might literally be divine inspiration. Heart emoji. Hey, Digi. Nice to see you. I think I'd like to be over there. How precisely I get there is a very good question. Every time I talk about tabletop games, another one of my players turns up. So, like, I can't even talk about the Woman in Purple's plan with what to do with new prospects, you know? I came up with it just recently. It's got a whole methodology. I have corruption arcs, or at least the triggers for them, potential corruption arcs, laid out for all of the characters. But Ami's here, so I can't talk about it. It's tragic. I'm realizing that I didn't need to be struggling this much, and I could have just used the rescue claw, like, several times. Oh. Alright, well. Happy to sabotage. Heart spam. Sorry, I'm shoving cottage cheese bread in my mouth. Blech. But yeah. I have been doing so much TTRPG thinking, which is probably a sign that I am neglecting something else that is more stressful. Like my taxes. Or the potential of leaving the country soon. Because that's potentially in the cards for the next few months. By the way, Ami, I should ask you about some of these areas of Germany that I'm looking at. I know Munich and Nuremberg are both cities on my list. You know, because they were the top 10 comp sci universities, and I have basically no other requirements, so... I don't know, if you have any outlandish opinions on Nuremberg or Munich, let me know. If you'd like to dox anyone from either of those cities. No. Fair. Now, I see I have more Discord notifications than I did earlier. Okay, it's just Shadow Realms. You got a couple vague opinions on Munich. Hell yeah. Where am I going? Don't you love having that realization that you're not actually sure you know where you're going? Thankfully, every time I've had that sensation, at least in this game, it has, generally speaking, resolved itself. Interesting that I'm going for Bavaria. Bavaria. So, I am going wherever the colleges are. I have a list of 10 of them, you see, and I'm going to be applying to all of them. Just kind of shotgunning it. We'll see who accepts me. Want to know why that's interesting? Sure. I like knowing things. It's one of my top 10 favorite things to do to things. Check DMs in a sec. Lovely. Ami sends me a home address. Hit list in my DMs. I have 3 new DMs. I was sick. Ami has sent me their full home address, previous and current. Ami has also sent me a list of names and more addresses. Which I assume is the hit list. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I do apologize for the inaccuracy then. Bought your own? Bought her? I hardly know her. I miss my wife, Tails. I don't know why that hit me. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I know I can make that, but until the rain passes, I do just have to stand here. Oh shit. Sorry, I started going at some ham with my hands. And then it stopped raining a little sooner than I expected. And last use of the claw. I feel like overall I did use the rescue claw very well. I took a little ham break. By the way, my doctor did tell me to put a cushion under my elbow and see if that helped at all. You know, in case it is a nerve thing. So I have just been fully digging my elbow into the face of this large cat plushie. Where's the statue? Huh? Oh, you motherfucker. What the hell? Ami, are you seeing this shit? God damn it, what is it with you two and minerals? How has the statue ended up there? I don't understand how they could allow that generation. Heart spam. my competing friend groups, stealing each other's jokes in a kind of series of spy versus spy antics. Now, what is that? Now, why is that like that? They just they deloaded the terrain, didn't they? But they didn't, the statue didn't deload. Because the statue never does. It sticks around, just in case you missed it the first time. I'm gonna be honest, that does look like a more doable climb, though. Can I target it? I can. Kinda. Okay. That's not quite gonna work, but... I mean, if there's ever been a reason to use anti-rope... Look, if I get more anti-rope from the statue, that's the statue's problem. I don't use anti-rope usually, so... Psychic. Lady is a seer. Some flavor of wise woman. Also, that took too long. So the campfire is out. This feels bad. Damn it. Okay. Happens. I was I learned about the origin of the phrase, which could mean nothing, earlier today. And apparently it was from some, like, paparazzi type article about Jeremy Renner and some other guy. And it was like, Jeremy Renner seen leaving other guy's house without his the wedding ring on, which could mean nothing. And I do think that is a hilarious origin for that. Especially because I, being in the trans community, have mostly seen it applied to people describing eggy behavior. Like, the other day when Shen posted a comic where he was depicted as a girl, and it was just like, now, Shen Comics did just post a fucking strip wherein they are a girl, which could mean nothing. Which could mean nothing. And I'm gonna say, top 10 phrase to come out of the internet. I don't think it was worth it for that alone, but, you know. I will say, without the internet, I probably would be dead by this point. So, you know. Because it's like, yeah, in some part, like, the internet is a contributor to a lot of the issues I have. But also, the internet contains, like, my whole support system. Because I have a whole thing with family. I didn't realize how good that yellow winterberry was. Holy shit. That was all of my hunger and heat and most of my health. Goddamn. Sorry, I'm trying to eat my ham without getting cottage cheese on my cat. I just said the wrong one. I'm not colorblind. I know this. I've done the tests. Now, I can't be certain that my color vision is the same as everyone else's, but I am not misinterpreting any of them. Oh! Yes! I use the colorblind skins on the berry. I use as many of the accessibility settings as I am able, just to help out people who are, like, watching. So, bug phobia mode's on, zombie phobia mode's on, photosensitive mode. I need to turn that on. Color blindness mode's on, and the looker is on. So, like, all of the, you know, normal, like, accessibility things. I'm just saying, someone else's red might be what I would call orange. But as long as they see it, like, consistently in the same way that I do, then it really doesn't matter. Like, we can be reasonably certain we all have the same, like, color vision or whatever, because of science or whatever, and wavelength. And it's like, there's no reason our brain would interpret those wavelengths any differently than anyone else. And you can do color theory, and it's like, yeah, people are pretty consistently attracted to and tricked by the same things. So, you know. Normal accessibility setting, the looker. Yeah. I mean, the looker is a very important accessibility setting. I can't believe you would make fun of it. I can't believe you would poke fun at the most important accessibility feature, the looker. Wow, can't believe. Ami ableist? Did that work? No. Maybe I gotta be more direct? Or maybe they just can't be in the thing, and it's not gonna work while they are. Ah, well. I fucking love how that thing just floats away, by the way. That's the funniest shit in the world. I probably won't need the shelf fungus. Or at least not, you know, more than I'll need food. Huh. Do these get rid of cold, do you think? No. No, they do not. That's on me. That is on me. Okay. We're gonna give this some time. Oh, hey, Roas. Also, did I say hi to you, Diode Dreamer? Because hi. I'm very clearly the better peeker, Ami, because I'm willing to experiment, you know? I'm willing to do science. It's like, look, I don't see you employing the scientific method in your peak games. Sorry, I'm licking the cottage cheese off of my plate. We're gonna see if things are timed right, and my cold starts going away like now. Like now. Then I will probably be able to just stand back up and I'll be fine. Whew. Okay. Yes, I did just use the flag as a heat item. Fucking get the blood pumping on that. Alright, I'm gonna need basically all of those climbing aids, so... Technically. The flag can technically be used for heat. The flag... Okay. Just to pause and explain this for a second. The flag saves the state that your character is in when you put it down. So when you put down the flag, it's like, okay, you have this much health, like you have this much of this type of damage, this much of this type of damage, and when you are sent back to the flag, you're restored to those values. That's why it's usually a good idea to, like, eat just before you put down a flag. So if you want to, you can use a flag as a heat item by putting it down a little bit before you go down from the cold, and then just kind of letting the timer go out. because when the night, as the night keeps going, you get more cold, but you'll be reset back to where you were previously. No, it saves your stats. But yeah, no. I use the flag as a heat item every so often. Because, you know, you can just pass out and let the timer go out, and it'll stop being cold eventually. So yeah, you can technically use any item capable of reviving you as a heat item. Or sorry, as like a temperature regulation item, I guess would be more accurate. Because I'm not always using them for heat, sometimes I am using them for cold. But, you know. The more frequent issue is the heat. Lovely. Oh, do you have any healing items? No, you don't. Hate your guts. Okay. Would you be kind enough to have a healing item in you? Oh, you're the worst. Okay. Someone know how to get Discord while being young. Lying. Lying is how you do that. I mean, it's one of those, like... It is a terms of service violation to use the platform and be under a certain age. So... yeah. But it's like, you still can do it. Like, they can't stop you. They can just ban you once they have. So as long as you don't go around telling people your age all the time, it's effectively impossible to catch you. But, like, you shouldn't, though.
for the forbidden knowledge. Thought I knew everything about Peak.
Hey, thanks, Diode. Yeah, no, there's a ton of alternate ways to make use of items when you play once a day on high difficulty modes. You pick up some weird alternate uses for things. Also, I have a Ko-Fi account if anyone is interested in supporting what I do. Oh, see you later, Roas. Uh-huh. Yeah, Ami's still trying to be, I'm just built different about it. But yeah. That's like the first time I've gotten a bits donation in forever, I think. That might be the only time I've ever gotten bits. Huh. Like, it feels like it would have happened at least once before, but I don't remember it happening. Thanks again, Diode. To be fair, I am built different, parentheses, incorrectly. My joints. Hey! I don't know if you picked this up from the name of the series, Daily Peak, but I play Peak pretty often. In fact, you could say I play it pretty close to once a day. Thank you. Yeah, I always try to get at least a session in every day, and I always live stream it. I'm like trying to get out of the country and stuff, because I think me existing is illegal technically, so you know. Uh-huh. It is basically thanks to Ami. That is true. I picked up the game to play with Ami, and then I proceeded to enjoy it so bad that I have played more than Ami. So. Oh shit. That's not good. Oh. That's not good. All right. On that happy note of getting a new follow, once again, as according to the rules of the Daily Peak, I must be finished. As we all know, play on the highest difficulty mode. Only try once, like one run through, parentheses, with exceptions to be made if you die in the shore. Stream ends when I die. So, to be fair, Ami, I'm pretty sure you're not nearly as good at skirting along walls as I am. So true, you would have been too cowardly to try. And that's on you. That's a you problem. Was I holding the rescue claw when I did that? Was that in my hotbar? Because I could have done a save with the rescue claw. Returned from ads to death. Yes. Anyways, with my death, the stream must conclude, as is the ancient and sacred rules of the Daily Peak. Cause I'm better at skimming along walls. I'm pretty sure, at least. But yes, the ancient rules, the texts say I must go, and so I must go. I hope all of you have a great day, especially those of you in the chat today. All of your viewership is very appreciated, and I will be seeing all of you guys next time. Bye. Oh, fuck off on me.